Hey guys, it's your girl LC, and I'm back with another video review. This time, Love After Lockup, Season 6, Episode 9, Love and Vengeance. Y'all, let's just get Alexis and Julius out the way, because just the way this whole episode played out is crazy to me. Like, she seemed so confident at first and was so happy, and then to know like she's been played. But I don't know, like, self-esteem in women, it be that way sometime. Like, she fell for this guy and made a baby. I still think they made a baby the first night he came home type stuff. But she found him at a clothing store with other women, two other girls, and his homeboy. And she's like, well, what's up? He like these some video girls who was in the studio vibing, and he ran away from the situation. He jumped in her car and dipped off. It might have been set up by production. Maybe not, but she was kind of mad that he drove past production, and she tried to call it cut, but he came back and they still filmed their scene. And she stayed there and waited until he went into the clothing store. Her homegirl tried to talk some sense into her, but it just went over her head. And, they had a baby in March or April. So congratulations to her. Tell me what you guys think about this couple below, and let's get to the next one. So Joey and Michael, these couple of days have been dragging on for so long, but I am so proud of this episode and how it was filmed. This was great of Michael. I know you guys are probably like, oh, Joey, poor Joey. Cool for Joey. I'm proud of Michael. I am proud that he stood up and said, I just can't do this no more, and we need to break up. I'm sorry that it has to be on camera. I am so sad that Joey's life have to play out like it did, but hey, they both about to get paid, and it is what it is. But I'm glad they broke up. Spoiler, Michael's back in jail, so it was for the best anyway. I feel bad for Michael because he feels like he can't do it, or maybe he's become accustomed to jail or prison life, but I'm so glad he stood up and said what most people won't. I just can't do this no more, and we're breaking up. It broke my heart when he wanted just Joey to be mad at him, and some people just don't react that way, and I'm glad Joey didn't give him the time of day. Kiana and Deandri. So we already saw, but that's the thing. It could be editing, but we saw him not propose to her. And if it was a proposal, then we would have seen him get down on one knee and say, Kiana, will you marry me? This is forever. It was really like a promise on a ring. And it's crazy. Everybody was like, oh, the family heirloom. The daddy gave it to him and said, this is what you put your promises on. So of course the son like, yeah, I'm gonna give her a promise ring. But it was stupid. He pretending he going to work sometimes, and he going to see the baby mama, Joella, and Kiana think he at work. She went into work. She really wasn't proud that they were engaged because her friends called her out on it. And long story short, he went to go tell Joella he was engaged, and Kiana went through his phone, and he's still talking to Joella like some freaky stuff. So what do you guys think about this couple? Where is this going? She ended up kicking him out, and he's staying at the daddy house. So Will and Courtney, if you made it this far, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. You don't even got to subscribe. If it come up on your page and you check it out, I appreciate you so much for that. But Will and Courtney kind of broke my heart. This was a really good episode, honestly. Will and Courtney broke my heart because they really seemed like they for each other. And then now it's starting to seem like she a little bit ungrateful. He took her on the most beautiful date. She wants to be a pilot. It's crazy because my wife wants to be a pilot, and I thought this was the most beautiful date. Like, I got to start dating my wife again. But he took her on a date, and afterwards they went to get a sandwich, and she was so mad because they was at a sandwich shop. Like, she just wanted him to like ball out. I don't know if this was like production setup or what, but she was mad because they was at a sandwich shop. She was like, I'm hungry, and this is basically our first date, and you took me to a sandwich shop. And like, maybe he might be low on finances, but like you said, he spent like 10 bands on a ring, 10 bands for this, 5 bands for this, and he said he spent a couple of racks on her, and they're standing at the bus stop arguing because he feels like she still got tricks in jail, and he not liking it, and he ended up leaving her and walking away, tell her to take the bus. So next episode is supposed to be good. Let's see. So Savannah and Bradley, I am so proud of the inmates this season because they are so mature, and I'm so proud of him for walking away from the situation. I like Savannah and everything, and the sister-in-law or her best friend outed her for being addicted to Adderall. And so I understand that she's going through addiction and we're watching it play out in front of us. But I'm so proud of him that he let it go. So many people repeat and go back because they're in a situation they don't want to be in and they're under pressure and the pressure blows, and he not having it. I'm glad that he's on something else and he was mature enough to walk away. But she ended up coming up to his job site and he didn't like it. She said she wasn't going to talk about it on camera, which I'm for sure it's probably her going through addiction and she don't want people to know. But in all, they broke up, and I'm so happy for him, and I just wish him the best. I wish her the best. So that's it. What do you guys think about this couple? All right. So last but not least, we got JK and Brooke. And it picked up a couple of weeks later, and he's been at his mama house on house arrest. But of course, he's been still talking to Alex. I'm not for sure if he went that day, they last day of filming or not. But they said, some time have passed and she's back to work. And he calling the girl on the phone, and it's just strange. Like, if you really mess with Brooke, you wouldn't be on the phone with her. But we know what's up. And Brooke got a tracker on him. He ended up leaving to go see Alex, and Brooke see it on her phone instead of working. She on her phone tracking dude, and she was like, I'm tracking him for a reason because look, he ain't supposed to be up there. And he really just went to go clear the air. You could tell that they got, like, he just brokenhearted. And I'm not even for sure their relationship and if they messing around or not still, but you could tell they both hurt. Like, she was there for him. They was a couple, so it happens. Now that I'm out, he want to like clear the air and stuff. And honestly, I think he just wants to put her on. He said that she helped with his mom's cancer, and I think that, like, because he filming getting a bread and getting a check, he want her to get a check. But Brooke about to pull up. She left work and she about to pull up on JK. And remember, she said she'll throw them hands in the beginning. But that's it for this. Tell me what you think about this episode down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.